Hey, you! You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed because you're an untouchable success. To support us and gain access to great exclusive shows like our brand new Supernatural watch-along Himboos, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. You'll also get your lucky little mitts on hundreds of episodes of our other exclusive shows like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, and the complete series of Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We do movie nights, game streaming, regular mini-series and surprise shows, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want, within reason. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by heading to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed. Probably don't need help with that word.
Badlands.
Badlands.
Right. I kept calling
Bad.
it bad.
Badlands.
Spanking. What did I keep calling it? What's the other one? Hunting Grounds. I kept calling it Hunting Grounds.
Oh, that's a game,
That's
think.
the game, yeah. Anyway, hi everybody.
Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
My name isn't. My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Predator Badlands.
Predator Badlands.
Buttlands. Ooh, that's the porn parody.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe.
And then, like you said, Badlands. It's where, it's where he grows his shit.
Yeah, you're right. I want to get high.
Well, you don't get much higher than space, Dave.
That's true.
It's all the
all
way
right.
up there.
Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey.
Mm-hmm.
He also did that Cloverfield, the good Cloverfield.
10 Cloverfield Lane, yeah.
Yeah.
And the animated Predator stuff that was on Hulu this past year, which I still need to watch.
Yeah.
Because I was a big fan of Prey.
Yeah, this is their big okay. We shoved Prey out on Hulu or whatever. All right, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for an official IMAX big theater Predator, like the Shane Black one, which is fun. I think they got cold feet after that.
Yeah,
I think they're like, do people just not like Predator? And they're going for it for this one.
They sure are.
This is not what I thought it was gonna be based on the trailers.
Me either.
What did you think?
I thought this was okay.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
It's
I'll say this is once I accepted what it was, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll enjoy this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I would argue this is Dan Trachtenberg saying, I could do a Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this feels like.
Mm-hmm. He has an Ewok.
He has an Ewok. That's the weirdest fucking part of this movie. I was like, what are we doing? Fucking Jar Jar Binks over here? What the fuck is happening?
We have a Jar Jar Ewok and a wisecracking robot.
Yes. And once this is more like a
very anime comic relief robot, like in the way she's characterized.
So you know what made this click in my head and made me enjoy it is like a buddy cop movie. Like the little guy is Joe Pesci. Like it's just like okay. Or Chris Rock.
Clicking it as a buddy movie in the beginning, totally, which is more closer to what I was expecting. Like based on the trailers, I was totally expecting a 90s Predator comic, like Alien versus Predator, where this is very obviously based on, because they have the Broken Tusk character I don't think he's literally that character in this, because that's like a old dude who's like a chief or some shit. But anyway, he still has a broken tooth. And the thing that was notable about that initial Alien versus Predator storyline to all us nerds back in the early 90s is that the Predator, by way of circumstance, has to team up with a person. And so they're kind of doing that again, but with an android in this. They did it in the Paul W.S. Anderson version, too.
Yeah, because it's like, you kind of imagine, like, okay, Prey, and then this, where it is feeling like comic books, where there's no, like, flagship Predator thing.
No,
and that's actually what I
which
want
is
to praise
cool.
about this. Yeah, they're not trying to create the Avengers for Predator.
Yeah. I like that. Like, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I think you nailed it, is that there's no core mythology. Like, where there's like
Or
no
timeline.
Like, yeah, there's no like, well, this is all like in service to the original film. Because like, no, it's not. Like, the
Right, I
original
don't even
movie's
need-
about a bunch of muscle dudes in Valverde getting shot at by an alien, you know? Like,
Right, like the next Predator, and I'm scared it will be, but I don't need it to be a continuation of this.
It probably will
I'm
be.
sort of like, it probably will be, but I'm like, I like these like one shot, like here's a Predator story, here's another, here's like the Animatrix, you know, where it's
Right.
like, here's a series of Predator ideas. And this is just kind of a sillier one than the trailer, because the trailer is very somber
Yeah.
and like intense.
And the
This
first
is
part of this
silly.
movie is pretty serious it's like until the moment he finds Elle Fanning.
I want to talk about that because I think that's it's a hard thing to navigate,
Yeah.
because this movie I think is within the movie is tonally confusing.
It is.
It goes in
It is
many different
nuts.
directions. Yeah, and it has a lot of like masters plot wise, where it felt like by the end it was like, oh God, we have to wrap up her and her sister, but also not my sister. And then the little baby has to be like, oh my God, my mom's dead, but it's cool. I'll hang out with you guys. There's a lot of like emotional yo-yoing where it didn't feel clean at the end, where it felt like there's a cleaner ending. But they like, it was like they tried to make everybody kind of have something.
Yeah, it felt like the end point was in mind. Like,
Yeah.
well, we want to make our version of Mandalorian, I suppose, in the Predator universe. Like, we want
It
to
is-
we want to
yeah.
end with these characters together,
Yes. But I mean, like
ready to
when
go
they
on
show him,
adventures together.
yeah, when they show him going back, I was like, are we really doing this? Do we need to? I don't care about his dad. Like, I was sort of
Oh,
like,
I needed
just have
that.
them.
Like, I was.
Oh, see,
well,
I
because you're like, well, what's his trophy? It's fucking dad. Like, he's got to come back.
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I thought maybe it would
gotta
end
come
with
back
him
and whoop
leaving to
his
go
ass.
get him. But I kind of liked the version where he was just like, you know what, fuck all this, you know, like that, or like, I don't know. It was just, there was so many threads at the end that it felt like there was just, you know, it's sort of like, you know, like in an action movie, like a 4-quadrant, when they start doing the thing where it's like Ghostbusters Afterlife. Did you see that? Or the Ghostbusters Frozen?
No.
Whatever.
No.
That one, there's a lot of like, okay, the Ghostbusters have to do something heroic, but also the new people have to do, but also the kids have to.
Right, there's like
so the ending
9
is like,
characters in it.
yes, and the ending is 9 characters all having to be like a Rube Goldberg machine to kill the bad guy, because everybody has to have something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's
You know,
like we got to give
planning-
them all.
It's like being a dungeon master and planning an adventure. It's you can't have 3 of your
Yeah.
players sitting in the back not doing shit.
And this
More
felt like at
forgivable
the
in
end.
that situation.
Yes. And this one, it felt a little of that where it's like she has to have a moment where she kills the bad guy, but then he has to kill the bad guy, and then the little guy has to kill the father while he's fighting his father. And it's like I felt like the ending, there wasn't enough room to breathe because they put so many characters in it. Suddenly every character needed to have a thing.
The
or a
emotional
beat.
yeah, the emotional like thrust of the movie got real confused by the end. Like it was like
Yeah.
completely deflated, which is a shame because it was very clear in the beginning. Like I thought that it did a
was.
good job of establishing who the character is and what he wants and why in the
Right.
first 10 minutes. Like we're within the first 10 minutes, we're on Predator Planet with our Predator boy and we know everything we need to know about him.
Right. This feels like one where, like, as the notes came in, there should have been a moment where he went like, okay, hold on, let's delete
This
everything.
is a Predator
and like,
movie, right? Like what?
yeah,
You
because
want me to
at
add-
the end
you
when
want
it's like
all this.
he's fighting his father, and then this fucking Jar Jar Binks bites his head off. I'm like, well, why is he even involved in this? Like, I get the idea that it's like I have my clan now. That's cool. But like to involve him in the actual fight with his father, I was like, just have the Predator fight his father, like and
Yeah,
win.
why? Because that was the emotional climax of his story, right? Like I was saying,
Right.
that's what I needed. Like I was expecting that. You know, he said, well, I got to come back because, you know, he killed his brother, was going to cull him for being weak. You know, the whole reason he left was to go kill this monster and come back to prove to his dad that he wasn't weak. Well, his trophy got frozen and exploded.
Yeah.
So, like, where's my trophy? It's sitting right there on your shoulders, Pop.
And yeah, exactly. You know what? Great news, Dad.
Great news.
I figured this out.
It was right here the whole time.
Yeah. See, that felt like a threat, but there
like
was this other thread.
they undermine it by having this weirdly adorable monster bite his head off.
That's the trophy. And he's like, you ate the trophy.
You ate his trophy.
Like, yeah. That's why I was like, so it starts with this idea of, so if people haven't watched this, I don't know why, but like, it starts with that idea of like, okay, you killed my brother. It's very, feels like a samurai movie, right? It's, or like a Klingon tale. It felt like a Klingon story.
Sure, it's enough tropes that we get it. Like we get this.
Yeah.
Like exactly right. It's alien. Not alien. It's a Klingon. It's a Klingon.
It's
thing.
mythology. It sounds like mythology. It's two brothers hunting together,
but
and
in
the
a very
father
like
is
strict
like, we need
warrior
to call...
coded society, and we sort of learned that like his brothers, they're training him ostensibly to help him select like the prey he's going to hunt to sort of prove himself to the clan. But as the scene continues, we learn that he was actually supposed to kill his brother, and he was about to like, you know, set him free.
Hit.
Yeah. He had to Fredo him out in the fucking on the lake.
Yeah, which is not honorable.
No,
You'd think
it's
the brother
pretty
would
shitty.
Be like, I guess they don't. I can't tell if they care about honor. They were very.
They say they do,
Predators
but
and
also
Klingon
they
are
like
very similar.
They tie them down with like electrical laser ropes and are like, yeah, chop his head off while he can't move.
Right.
You know, for
That's
honor.
Why it felt more like it's like we're hunters. We need to cull the weak. It's like insects, where it's like it's not really about honor. It's just about we have to kill.
Well, then hunt him, right? Then shouldn't that
you
be
think?
what you're doing?
It was confusing. The honor. It's almost
Not
like you
too
need
much.
to scrub the honor. It wasn't confusing. It was just. It made me realize like they're not Klingons.
No,
they're
and
like
also,
Klingons. They're not Klingons.
They're similar to Klingons, and I also took it a little bit as well. His dad specifically is an asshole.
Right. That's part of it too. And so they're
a rigid, loveless, unsympathetic, cruel society. They're very Spartan-like, but also his dad's an asshole specifically.
And again, this part, it felt, again, mythology, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It felt very serious and like warrior, cool, serious shit, which I knew that like he's going to meet a funny synth.
I didn't know she was funny.
She was funnier than I thought.
That was the first big surprise watching this movie. So I expected the character and kind of had expected her to feel like the comic relief role, but more in a sort of like kind of an Egon way.
I definitely thought it'd be grittier, where the entire thing, yeah.
The thing, it gets very wacky. I think is what we're dancing around.
Yeah, the weird monkey. That's where you're just like, what the fuck?
What is happening? Yes,
and then it like
monkey.
Saves their life. And
and then they have to save the monkey, and and then the monkey turns out to be the baby of the monster he's hunting.
Which is fun, but then I was like, okay,
it's very 80s. So, it's very Star Wars movie from the 1980s. It's very children's fantasy.
This is more for kids than I thought it would be.
It's yes.
Like we talked about it being PG-13, and we had this worry of like, oh God, did they like try to make this 4-quadrant? And then we heard it was because the blood was alien, and it's like there is plenty of slicing off limbs and blood, but I do think it's both. I do think they went for PG-13 because they also looked at that monkey and went like, well, we're making a PG-13 movie. Like we're making something that you bring your kid to, that a 10-year-old goes and sees. That was the part of the goal, I think. This is not exclusively for adults.
No,
which is weird.
No, it was a surprise. But
yes, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Because I guess going back to the plot stuff where it was like, okay, so we have this setup where it's like this very serious warrior, and then he meets these people who are like, hey, lighten up, man. And then that's why I thought it would actually be more fitting for him to just hurl like the ideas like this is a predator just leaving his culture. Because then it became then it was like, I have to cut off the head of this creature, right? And then you learn that the creature is actually the parent of the little monkey that they've been walking around with. The creature gets kidnapped by the synths, who kind of represent that cold culture. And then he starts collecting the jungle in a very 90s way, where it's like, I'm going to train these slugs.
Very Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath.
Yeah, and I didn't mind this. I was like, oh, this is like a 90s movie.
She also teaches him how to be more of a conservationist, is kind of the thread there.
Yeah.
Like, she's there, she tells us to catalog the species, but she's leaving the part out that she's there to exploit them by cataloging. Right. She works for Weyland-Yutani. Or works. She's owned by Weyland-Yutani.
That's the thing. She's rejecting her mission,
Correct.
And I thought so was he.
He eventually does.
Right. I thought what was going to happen is that it's like he uses the jungle and he weaponizes the jungle. It's very like Avatar or whatever to take over the synths. And I honestly thought it was going to end with him riding that big one, just riding around and being like, fuck my, like, I'm not killing things anymore. I'm working with things, the monsters, to create a bigger, powerful clan. And I don't even need to really go back. Like, it felt weird when once they were at the end, he's like, okay, now I have to kill this monster again. And you're like, really? You're still going to try to kill the monster? Like when they show up and he's like, I will get my trophy. I guess at that
Which
point,
time?
maybe he's once they're at the facility and he's like, we have to free. I guess he's probably talking about his dad at that point. I'm not sure.
That's what he means. Yeah. Oh, and the android.
And the android.
The evil Elle Fanning.
Yeah, it just felt like the trophy stuff to me was like the whole thing was about him casting off his culture the way the synth was. And it's like it actually felt more fitting for him to be like, fuck the trophy. Like, I don't need a trophy. Does that make sense? Where it's like,
yeah,
I just thought it was going in like, because basically the movie, the thing the trailer doesn't say is it puts a wrench in the whole thing. The movie in the trailer, it's like he has to go get this monster, and we should have known from the trailer because the trailer shows the monster.
Sort of. You don't see it that clearly. You see it kind of coming out of the mist.
Right. It shows him facing off, and we should have known from that, like, oh, that's not the third act. Like that, they're showing it. They wouldn't show it. Right?
You never know.
You never know. But that's what I guess I mean is like, I thought the point of the movie was sort of to put a wrench in what you thought the movie was in the first half of like, oh, it's not this at all. It's about this rebellion against the synths. And so once it changed, I was almost like, I know you sort of need to wrap it up, but I didn't care as much about that plot line. I was sort of like, whatever, let's do an Avatar. We're doing an Avatar.
Basically, yeah, it does end in an Avatar.
Yeah.
What a weird movie.
It is. It's very... I guess what I'm getting at is I think it's doing too much.
It definitely... It's too long, I think.
It's only an hour and 40 or hour 50.
I think it's too long.
Yeah.
Because there's some real meandering in the middle and end chunks. It feels like I had to ask you which time when you were like, I got to go get my trophy. They do that twice.
Yeah,
like they have two, like you were just talking about. They have the scene where that they show us in the trailer where he's facing off. That's the fake climax.
Yes.
Then the movie blue balls us, and we have the real climax like 25 minutes after that.
And the real climax is between him and them and the synth, and it didn't feel nearly as... I guess it didn't feel nearly as... like interesting as a fight, where it's almost like they put the synth
she goes in a gigantic version of the power loader, which was really funny because I was like, they show how strong she is before that,
right.
Just like killing all the wildlife with her bare hands. That was beating the Christ out of our Predaboy,
which is a great idea.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I feel like she wouldn't get in that thing. I feel like she would just be on the ground and rip his arms off. Yeah.
And that's where it felt like it was like, and now I get a hit, now I get a hit, now I get a hit. And I'm like, simplify. Just her versus the Predator. Like, and just keep it at that. And she's beating the shit out of him. And he has to Schwarzenegger.
What he does to beat her is let the big monster out. So that could have still been that. It's just...
And then she bursts out of the monster.
Right, which is funny to me.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for it.
Oh, yeah.
One, because I've seen Men in Black, and two, it's like, dude, we just saw, like, she got put back together. Like, she's a robot. Why do we think she's dead? The monster swallowed her whole with a belt full of grenades.
Yeah.
She's a robot.
She'll be more
She's
than
going to claw her way out of that thing in about 30 seconds. Like, the grenades aren't necessary. I don't know why we're celebrating the victory.
Yeah. Don't take a lap yet.
Like, that's not... She didn't eat Paul Reiser.
Yeah.
She ate a robot.
That's going to be bad for your tummy.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a little robot? Have you ever eaten, like, a battery?
A little tummy
It's
bot?
not good. Yeah.
A 6-inch battery? You ever swallowed one of those whole?
Yeah. It's not going to work out.
Give it arms and legs and a fucking bandolier.
I want to note that, like, because it does too much, there's a lot I like. And that's the thing, is like...
Oh, there's a lot of great moments and great little ideas. As a sum of its parts, I enjoyed the movie. Like, I think it's entertaining. It's just...
I want to go back to the fact that I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, just to finish the thought, it's weird. It's in both a good way and a bad way. It's a little too wacky for me. It's a little too Star Warsy for me. But as a sum of its parts, I overall I think it was entertaining, and I mostly liked it.
Yeah, I guess what it is that, like, it was, for me, it was this moment of me going like, oh, this is like a silly, like a family movie. Okay, all right, let's switch gears. I guess I'll get into that.
I hit a moment of having to adjust my expectation. I was like, oh, this is different than what I thought.
And I guess my worry is that they'll go, this is Predator now. And I get it, because I think the problem with Predator in general, and I think what has been happening over the last X amount of years with Predator, is people going like, how do we make Predator huge? Like, what?
You can't.
Like, I know, but like, if you look at like the Predator movies that have happened, Alien versus Predator, those, I think in those they do kind of Predator teaming up with humans, and they realize
I would bet that first Alien versus Predator is probably the most successful Predator movie.
It might be. And they were sort of like, okay, we like the Predator. The Predator is a hero. That's like the first thing they figured out there. And then they did Predators, where they're like, okay, what if some of them were villains and some of them were heroes? They did that in Alien vs. Predator, I think, too. And then The Predator, I think they had like kind of lost control.
Still on that.
But they were like, okay, let's do more of a throwback, more silly, way more silly. We're doing our like Jason 6 of Predator.
Mm-hmm. It's Jason Lives of Predator, but it still had like the idea of a fixer Predator, or a quote good guy Predator, where it's like you can work with them to a degree.
Right. It's hard because it's almost like my first instinct is Predator's a slasher film.
Yes.
So it's like just
same. That's what I was actually writing down.
Oh yeah. That's ultimately what Predator is. It's a slasher film that you don't want to spend that much money on.
It's like, such a cool idea. Like it's we talked about it a lot. It's a slasher film with such a unique premise that has time travel built right into it.
Yeah.
But I do like we were saying earlier, like this, there's nothing here that feels like it was like corrected to be more in line with the do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like nothing here feels like it was corrected to be made safe, like in a Force Awakens type way, because like
no,
what source material are we precious for with Predator? Like nobody quotes the original movie in this.
That's why I liked this movie.
That's what I was getting to is I like this movie sort of, I guess, kind of proves, because it seems like people are enjoying it. It's getting decent to good reviews. It'll remain to be seen how it does this weekend. But like, this is sort of like proving that Predator can be a couple of different things, and it doesn't have to. Like, you can make this Predator movie while we're also making something that's more like Prey, or more like the Hulu thing he did.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering, I guess, is like, I'm down for this, but I don't want it to be the only
I don't
thing.
want it to be at the expense of the other, right? Can we do both?
Yes, because it's sort of like, I think what they discovered here, they're like, what if Predator is bigger than the Predator itself? What if we start building a world, we're putting it in the Alien universe? We're
cool.
doing like an Alien cinematic universe, essentially, is what's happening. And listen, as someone who grew up on Alien and Predator, I've been waiting for this, which is like, I feel like what's happening is you have the Alien TV show, you have the new Alien, you have this. And I think they're like, can we be Marvel next? Can we get a huge universe of interconnecting movies?
Kind of could.
They kind of could.
I think Alien, the TV show, really proved that. Because,
but
there's... sorry, yeah.
Oh, no, but that means it's going to get silly.
We're going to have some silliness, yeah.
Because this is them going like, and can we get kids? Can we get kids like Marvel? Can we four-quadrant it? Are we going to have a moment where, like, de-aged Ripley is facing off with the Queen, and then this Predator, what's his name? Fucking Deck. Jumps in,
Inspector
and
Deck.
the audience cheers, and it's like, are we going to get this shit? You know what
Maybe,
I mean? Where
I
it's
don't
like,
know, because there was that stuff in Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus.
But I feel like those masters were probably a little different. I don't know if the producers are the same. I don't know if the goals were the same. I think Alien is a bit more of a precious franchise than Predator because it's definitely made more money.
Yes, but it's a could versus should, right? Where it's weird because I think what they identified in this, where they're like, Predators are kind of like Klingons. Worf and Data can have adventures. Like,
and you know what else? Klingons are kind of like Drax.
Yes, exactly.
He's very Drax.
Him. Yes.
And not always in an eye-rolly, groaning way. I loved him throwing her around and calling her tool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they have this dynamic now. You're right, where they're like, okay, we got synths, we got predators, we got aliens, we got humans. Like, we're starting to build a world of types of characters, of like you could almost have a D&D campaign. There's enough classes.
There's a robust alien role-playing game by Freely Press.
Oh yeah, and now there's
good.
multiple types of synths.
Yes,
they've established
the Worker Joes, the Seegsons.
There's other. Yep, they've introduced other types of aliens, like the weird eyeball freak, and
fucking love that eyeball.
Yeah.
Did you finish the series, Dave?
Not yet. No,
you need
spoilers.
to.
I know.
He's my favorite character. That eyeball.
I know he's great. They're building a world. They're building a world where they're like, it's not just about aliens anymore. It's not just about Predator anymore. These films that were just like, it's this. They're not slashers anymore. It's Jason. It's like, what if Jason had friends and a bunch of other Freddy's there.
There is a
more
unifying thread to it. It's about like, it's different though. It's much broader. It's not the aliens got to be in it all the time. It's funny that we're talking about that in a Predator movie, because the Predator does sort of need to be in a Predator movie. Weirdly, an alien doesn't need to be in an alien movie. Because I guess like the overall unifying thread of this universe is it's just like science is kind of, first of all, it's the retrofuturism, right? There's a look that science and technology is. It's cyberpunk, exactly. It's cyberpunk as fuck. It's Blade Runner in Ridley Scott's mind took place in the same universe as Alien. So those kinds of synths are also in this universe. And the idea of like humankind going out into space to discover shit, and then like the bleak irony of it is that it's, vis-a-vis the engineers and shit, it's all essentially stuff that they left there for themselves to find. It's like this real bleak view on discovery and the universe and purpose and creation.
But it's sort of, I guess, I'm just so curious.
It's about the death of man, Dave.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's about us not, mattering as much.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm wondering, because it's like a politician, right? It's like like if you have like some really progressive politician running for president, and you're like, oh no, they have to appeal to everyone, don't they? In order to, but at the same time, you're like, but I want that person to be in charge. It's that feeling where I'm like, listen, Marvel is sort of on, it's fading away a bit. what they seem to be functioning in this way, and they have for a very long time, where they're like, what are we going to spend the next 10 years packing the theaters with? What's the next big thing? And it's like, in order for it feels like Predator's over there going like, maybe us, maybe it can be us. But they're sort of having to like change a little bit. They're having to appeal to more people. It's sort of like, let's see if we can, it's weird to say get kids in, because it's like, I watched it as a kid. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that I wasn't 6 when I saw Predator,
right?
But yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and no, I agree. I like what I was saying with this movie seeming to have worked and everybody loving Prey. As I hope that they will do both and just keep these. There doesn't. I hope the instinct doesn't become to make everything a 4-quadrant. Let's not make everything this movie. Why there's room for the different fans within this universe we want to target, to just target them with different stories.
Right.
That we have this Mandalorian story for the Predator comic book crowd. We have Prey for the people who are more into like the slasher, the traditional slasher Predator story type.
Right. It's just sort of like, I'm not against this.
No, not at all.
But this opened that up in my mind of like, oh no.
Oh yeah, that's
they're
true.
gonna. Oh my God. And so like my thought on it is like, okay, I get what you're doing, and I want what you want. I want Alien and Predator to be like the next Marvel, because that's for me. Like that's my I was never a Marvel comic fan, so like it would be mine, where I'm like, or ours, it would be a lot of people's, but I'm just like, okay, tread lightly though, because I don't want to get to a point where someone's like, did you see the Predator series? No, and they're like, well, you're not going to get the other films that are coming out like that. I don't want to.
Don't ever say that to me.
Exactly. I don't want it to start getting to that where it's like, where you start like being like, it's all interwoven, and you have to watch everything, and the Predator is now like fully Drax, and it's like,
I don't
we've
think
completely
you need
forgotten.
Like I think, I mean, you don't need to. Whether or not I think you need to has no bearing on whether or not that is what will actually happen with this franchise. But I do think that this and the Alien series, the FX series, and then also the franchise to a degree. Well, maybe less the franchise, but Romulus kind of, you could go in cold.
Yeah.
You don't need to, there's not a specific canon that you need to be paying that close attention to. It's kind of like Predator more so, I suppose, but like it's sort of just like broad strokes. It's like, okay, we know the company, Weyland-Yutani. That's the thing. We know aliens are this kind of thing. Most people don't know about them. Predators, like we get like the broad strokes really quickly in this movie. Like she spots him, the android spots him and says "Yautja," and starts talking to him in his language. We're like, oh, okay, so people know, we are aware of predators. Like we know what Predator is. We know what the alien. Like we're aware of this species of alien. We don't need this huge, like it's painting all of the canon and backstory and stuff in very broad strokes, and it kind of always has in the Predator movies, at least, and Alien to a degree. But obviously we have the Ripley storyline that you follow pretty closely. But outside of that, it's sort of the same. So hopefully it'll continue to be that. Like we'll never get into a situation like that where it's like we're following specific characters on these specific storylines throughout time and franchises. Like that would be stupid, and I would hate that.
Or not even using Marvel, but like to me this had a few gymnastics versus raptor moments. And what I mean by that is like, I like The Lost World. I like it. I like that movie. But then when you have that moment, you go like, ooh, we're veering off the road a little bit. We're skidding. Okay, we're back. Where you're just like, nope. Little too silly. You crossed like a threshold. You crossed a barrier where it's like, too silly.
Spielberg had the sense, at least, to show you that fucking lizard impaled on some rods.
Yes.
Writhing in death throes. Like he didn't have it go like, whoop, whoo, off of like a waterfall or something. Yeah.
But then
he's watch like, no, you go it's like, dead. Okay? Yeah. She did her cool little flips, but it's dead. She has taken a life.
But you watch that and go like, oh, we almost went off that slippery slope.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. I'm sure it's nothing. Cut to Jurassic World haunted
Whatever,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck. All right, we fell off. I don't know. I think this is actually leading to Alien versus Predator, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm a little bummed about that
Really?
prospect now, I guess.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Like I don't want this version of that because we got that version of that and it sucked.
It definitely feels like what they're running into is they're right. Predator blood is green. Alien blood is what? It's
Green.
acid.
Yellowy
synth
green.
blood.
Pissy.
Synth blood is white. And I think
looks
there's
like
someone who
Mountain Dew.
went. Yeah, there's someone who went like, "Hey, we can make these PG-13," and then someone went, "Hey, that means we can make them more accessible to everybody." To which I say, "No, you're missing one color, which is human blood." You need human blood and lots of it. And maybe this one luckily didn't, but it's like to make an Alien versus Predator, it's like, no, I want to see lots of dead things, specifically humans. I want that needs to be a part of it.
That's what it is. Like, I mean, we got the comic book smashing action figures together version of Alien versus Predator. I want the
Yeah, we
slasher
already
movie
got that.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, we already got it. They made two of them, and they tried. The second one had a little more bite, but the first one was them doing this and going like, "What if we made it more accessible?" And so it's sort of like, okay, you. I'm sorry, like it's not going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just not. It can be it could be a big thing. It could be a cinematic universe.
Yeah.
If you do Alien versus Predator, you could bring in the Alien show,
But
you could bring in. But it's like it needs to be what it is. That's
exactly. They need to not spend more than $60 million on a movie.
Yes.
Like please. That's the other thing. Is my other worry is that these get ballooned up into massive productions, which is not ever where they were meant to be.
No. They're both. It's two franchises that are horror franchises, horror sci-fi. One is slasher horror sci-fi. The other is just straight up horror. Obviously, both of those franchises have changed. One was an action. Aliens, I think, really confused the direction of the Alien movies when they realized, like, I guess it could be both. I guess it can be an action or a horror.
Sort of. They still stuck closer to a horror for the movies themselves.
Yeah. But then there's this rich universe that they realized. It's like there's this corporate intrigue and the synth stuff. And like they're not wrong to explore that stuff. And Predator what's interesting is this Alien and Predator tie is interesting to me because I'm like, I don't know if that works for all aspects of what they're exploring Alien for.
No, it doesn't, because it's just let's remember it's all based on an Easter egg in Predator 2.
Yeah, and it's like the Predator is more action, gore. It's a little dumber. It's not for kids.
No,
it's enjoyed by kids, but it's not for kids. It's gory. It's
pretty
ripping
intense.
people's
It
heads
was
off.
like the goriest movie I had seen.
Yeah. And this felt like it kind of was trying to... It's weird because it's like it doesn't feel like it's trying to mesh... Because like that can fit with the Alien universe, but the gritty aspect of the Alien universe, like the corporate synth stuff, this worked, but it felt weird to be able to see these... Like, it felt inevitable, don't get me wrong, and I don't think it was weird bad, but I was like, oh, watching this, like, Whaley-Yutani people, like have him on a slab, and they're, like, talking about his species, and I'm like, that's so weird. I guess they would do that. But
It's
I had never
good.
really
I mean,
seen
it's a good scene.
Yeah, it's
Predator
not bad.
tied to a table, getting his fucking brain electrocuted while she's just talking about how weak he is.
Right.
Now his species normally culls the weak ones.
Right. But like the Alien TV show understood the assignment. They're like, not only like we need new, like I think the chest bursting scene in the first one is the that's what you always have to look to, right?
It's not always, but that's an element that is an element that is elemental, but but one that is often overlooked or not thought of for sure. Like
exactly,
it's something I don't. That's not something that immediately pops to mind for me for Aliens. Like what's a core element of Alien? Oh, the spookiness, isolation. There's a couple other things, but like a singular
shock and awe.
A shocking, horrific surprise like that is absolutely 100% part of Alien's DNA. I just didn't immediately think of it.
And you look at some of the other movies, is like, for example, Alien Resurrection knew that. They knew it. They were like, let's suck this motherfucker out of a spaceship and you're going to feel bad. It's a different type of feeling. But that's a notorious scene, right, from Aliens, where you're like, oh, geez, that scene. And so, like, I think of the Alien TV show, that's what the little eye monster is, right? Where they're like, listen, everybody knows about chest bursters. How can we play with this? And it's like, that was a new thing where I went, oh, God. Oh, my goodness. When the reveal happens, and you're like, fuck, man.
You might not have even seen the extent of all the critters in that show.
I've seen the sheep and I've seen the cat. And I was like, Jesus. I can't wait for it to happen to a human. I'm excited for that. So, like, but that's a new, like, I don't know. And so you have that gore element, and then Predator has that gore element. And this felt like,
well, that Alien specifically. I mean, we highlighted the eye. It's invasion, right? Body invasion, body horror.
Yeah. With Predator, it's like it's hunter shit. It's like I'm gonna disassemble a human
boned.
body.
Yeah, you're being deboned.
And I guess like
think for a second, we sort of like just sort of lock it away as like a move or a fatality, just because Sub-Zero does it. But like tearing out a skull and a spinal column, just think what that leaves the rest of the body. That is just a sack of loose bones. Now you pulled the zipper out. There's nothing holding anything together.
No, that body's not working anymore.
That's just a weird wet sack of bones.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
It's a used condom of a person. And so like, I guess like the Alien vs Predator, the other ones kind of lost.
It is
that
both
a
about
little bit.
flipping humanity's role in the universe.
Yes.
It's been inverted.
Whoever wins, we lose.
Right,
Yeah.
but we've been completely inverted in Alien. Like that's part. Alien is like our gasping, grasping desperation at the edge of death.
Right, and Alien versus Predator, I think.
And Predator is just being literally hunted for meat. Sorry.
Right. No, I don't mind making the Predator a protagonist in some things.
No.
But I think we have to understand that instantly, I got to say, Marvelifies it because he's a superhero. He is unstoppable. He is a badass, like a superhero. And whereas like an Alien versus Predator movie, I think it's really they probably the instinct is like, so the Predators are the good guys, and it's like no, they should be fighting each other while just using us as fodder. Like the beauty of an Alien vs Predator movie to me is, hey, facehugger, chestburster, that stuff. Hey, ripping out skulls and spines. Well, now they're both a problem. Like that's what I want, is like the humans to be like, great, now there's two of them and they're both tearing us to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like
we get a little bit of that in The Predator.
A little bit.
Because he's there to corral that big stupid predator, but he's not like playing nice, and also he fucking gets killed halfway through.
Right. So. There's an instinct of like, what if the predator fights a bigger thing? What if we have predator dogs? What if we have
like we did. I felt like earlier versions of this were more superhero characterizations of Predator, like in The Predator or in Alien versus Predator, either ones. This one, I liked that they try to downplay the Marvelization of him somewhat, because they're having him have full-on scenes of conversations with Elle Fanning and then interacting with this Jar Jar adorable little monkey. He's half in the Drax right there.
But it does nerf him, by the way.
It does, but I appreciate that they also start out by saying, well, he's weak. He specifically has to use his surroundings, and also everything he's fighting, like everything around him is stronger than him, even Elle Fanning.
He's a real pick-me predator.
He is the weakest thing on this planet. So
he's not like other predators, you know? Like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's true.
But I mean, they sort of address that problem of him being, he's just a superhero, where he like can't, like he has to be slippery and set traps, which is part of Predator. Predator sets traps. That's another core element of Predators. He's a hunter, so he'll set these creepy traps, like using the voice call and things like that.
I thought the core of this was going to be, what if the Predator was the prey, right? That's what they could have sold, which is like, it's Predator on this planet where suddenly he's the one he's Schwarzenegger, you know?
That would have been a cool idea if it's just the Predator being pursued by something the entire time.
Yeah, and I think that was what I thought this movie was going to be more. And I think once they buddied him up so much, it got lost a little bit.
It just became kind of an adventure movie, yeah.
Right, where at a certain point I was like, why isn't he just killing this monkey and eating it? I was like, why isn't he killing... Like, I don't know. It's
they use like you mentioned the dogs like this, and I had mentioned earlier the kind of the part of the thread between the two of them is that she teaches him to be more of a conservationist, but part of being a hunter is being a bit of a conservationist. So the idea that he would have kinship with the monkey after it saved his ass wasn't that like big of an ask for me, because it was, well, I get like Predator would be like, no, this bear like took a rock from me. He's a good bear.
That's true. They said all like in Alien vs Predator, he's kind of with that lady at the end. I only
barely remember that, but I do remember that. Yeah.
At the end, he like him and the lady
the queen,
team
right?
up. Yeah, and then he gives her like the mark of the warrior and fucks off. And I guess
he died.
Oh, maybe someone gives her the mark of the... No, he does before he dies, and then the other predators come down and they see the mark, and they're like, oh, I guess you're cool. I think I ultimately like that version.
Here, hold this. Be holding this when they land.
Yeah. I think ultimately I like the version of the Predator where I don't hear what he has to say, because you're right, is all this stuff is logical, but for me, I was like, Predator for me is a human story. Like, it's like, I don't want to see an adventure with the shark from Jaws. Like, I don't want to see a movie from the shark from Jaws'
part of what makes,
you know what I mean?
Part of what makes Jaws so good is that you don't know what the shark's doing.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like I guess I'm not into the Predator's story, because I'm like, it just starts feeling like a superhero.
It's very basic.
Yeah.
It just deals, like you said, it's like mythology. It deals with tropes that are that broad. Which is fine. It's an alien culture. That's sort of what we do in science fiction anyway, just because it's like, it's a quick shorthand. And honestly, I don't want 3 hours of exposition about predator culture. Give me the fucking shorthand.
I want to go back to just, because I feel like we've been really down on the movie. I do want to say, like, the strength of this movie to me is it's a series of good ideas.
Oh yeah, there's lots of great ideas in it.
Yes, and that's the thing. Is like the big picture. I'm a little lukewarm on. But for example, one of my favorite things. This was something that made me go like, oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous as a writer that you thought of this.
I wonder if
he lands on a planet. How do you show that everything on this planet is dangerous? He walks up to a bug and looks at the bug, and the bug starts glowing and swelling. So he throws it, and it explodes like a grenade. And he just goes, huh. And I was like, that is very funny, but like perfect.
The way it was like in a, huh, like a sort of like, oh, okay, like he's filing it away.
Because it makes sense where it's like, when you think about this planet is no different from any planet. It has an ecosystem where everything is designed to counter each other. It's just that everything is more hardcore, but like not to the planet, right? Like the insect has simply evolved in kind. It's like when the Signs aliens come here and they're like, oh no, our water. We're like, it's just water, man. All right.
Yeah, maybe do a scan.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick, press a few buttons, figure it out.
Planet's covered in 70% water.
But yeah, I liked that where it was just like you're
he lands.
you haven't
Literally, the
leveled up.
trees try to kill him. It's the first thing that happens.
Yeah, it's just like an area of a video game where you're like, I have to level up first. This whole area is dangerous. So I liked all those little details. I liked the blade grass.
The blade grass is cool. I like that all that stuff sort of, it's basic, but all the things we meet are things he ends up using. He uses the blade grass rhino's skin as armor later.
Yeah.
He uses that little slug that spits acid.
Yep.
He's got his little monkey pal. He uses the tree murderers.
Yep. I like how functional this screenplay is. How the story, how all the pieces come together in a satisfying way. I liked, for example, this was another one where I was like, "That's so smart." Her legs. I loved that
the legs
she
are fun.
She does a link between her and her legs, and then she can't assemble herself. She gets kidnapped by her company, and then he can just turn on the legs and follow them, and they just walk to her, and then she beats a bunch of people up with her legs, which is like, okay, you got a great sequence out of that. You got a really smart plot point, a way for Predator to find her, all these things, and it's weird. I love that
very
it's weird.
Yeah. And she keeps having to stop midway and disguise herself as trash, so it just looks like pieces of an android.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's really cool. I think the fact that the little monkey was the baby of that creature and that arc was also, I was like, oh, that's really smart and fun. I don't know if that's a Predator movie, but that was to me something that was like, oh, that's fun. He learns to accept even the smallest creature, and then of course the reveal is like, oh, it's not a small creature actually.
Yeah.
Like the alpha thing where it's like, he's not the one who's the most badass of his team. He's this little guy, and he accepts that. Those are all...
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're all... Yeah, it's all there. It just seemed like a little too many hats.
It really does, and then again, it felt... I don't know. I think kids...
There's some real wacky stuff with the cute little monkey.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing of debate, because this is very well liked right now. The old nerds in front of me seem to enjoy the movie, and
it's also Predator's not but so precious, right?
That's the other thing where it's like
it's kind of a seat of a cab, right?
Right. I'm not sitting here going like
movie.
they ruined Predator. It's more of a feeling of like, man, not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. And I guess was Predator ever a blockbuster?
The first one was definitely a hit.
Right. So you look at that, right? And you go like, that's of its time. It was, how do we make this accessible? Let's do a Schwarzenegger Muscle Man. These are the hits, right? Let's get an action movie, an 80s action movie.
That's such an awesome screenplay though. What an idea.
It is. But they're kind of just adapting to modern hits, right? They're going like, okay, how do we make this Predator a hit? Well, what's a hit? What makes money? And it's what if Predator was more like Drax?
The first one was a big hit.
Yeah, and this might be too.
It made $100 million on less than 20.
Damn.
I think
this one's just
shit.
Yeah. And this one, I think, is trying to adapt with the times. I'm just not sure. I want that,
Yeah.
I want Drax Predator.
Yeah, man. Even the Predator made $160 million. It was like a $90 million movie. But
oh yeah, okay. That was the other thing I wanted to say about tone. Is if you're gonna do this, just make it that silly. I guess that's my thought on this, which is I really like The Predator, which is a very dumb and silly movie.
It is very silly, yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not against dumb and silly Predator movies at all.
This movie had a budget of $100 million, Dave. God
too much money.
Damn, that is too much money.
Too much money, yeah. But like that, I guess I want to point that out is like they've made silly dumb predators where autism is magic, and like there's the dogs. The predator uses a man's severed limb to give a thumbs up. Like they've made dumb predator.
Oh yeah.
I think with this one, I was like, this is almost not silly enough. Like if it's going to be funny, make it funnier then. And also, like, it felt like it was, like, in between, where it was like, this is serious, guys. But and that's where you fall into the Marvel issue, right? Where it's like, my best friend just died in the last scene. I'm going to make a joke in this scene. Mm-hmm. And it's like that, where it's like, you can't have it all. You got to pick a tone. If you want it to be silly, make it silly then.
I think that's right. Like we were saying earlier, every movie doesn't have to be all things for all people. These are the kinds of franchises that have space for smaller movies that target. You could do that with you could do it with Star Wars. You could do it with any franchise, but like,
right.
Yeah.
This does this. The baby's mom explodes. The baby is seen seconds later, or like they do this thing where the baby's like curled up in the mom's fucking footprint, like he's Littlefoot.
Yeah.
And then, and you're like, okay, I need these two like that. Okay. These are the stakes reuniting him. Yeah. And then the mom explodes, and I thought, like, wow, this is like the
Dark.
Death Star winning. Where I'm like, I thought the whole point was to reunite this baby and his mom. This is dark. And then the baby has a beat where it gives like a little cute, like funny snarl face. Where it like, I think it like beats up. It has a comedy beat.
It tears Tess's head off.
Right, and then it gives like little.
It does
smirk.
like the Mortal Kombat growl. It's like, rawr!
Yeah, and it's a laugh moment, and I was like, "Your mother just
exploded
died
in front of your eyes."
And it's that's where it started feeling like, okay, you need to have picked a tone and stuck with that tone, because now it's starting to marvel out where it's like
there was a lot of the silliness. Definitely felt the sillier moments in this movie felt like they were sort of. Inspired by that last beat was really dark. Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like fuck that is very Marvel to me, and people seem to love it, and I'm like, I hate
treat
it.
Fucking audiences with kid gloves.
Yeah, I fucking.
Like,
hate
if we drop
that.
them, they're gonna break. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah, where like that monster in particular, that baby felt completely inconsistent scene to scene.
Yes.
Where it's like, I don't know what this baby's feeling.
It's whatever
anymore.
it needed us to hit the maximum amount of sympathy with us in each scene.
Yeah. And so like that's the stuff where I'm like, all right, if you're gonna make it Shane Black's The Predator, make it that.
Make
everybody a fucking cartoon character then. If you want to make this like serious brooding movie, again, it was weird because I thought the mom was, again, I was like, that's going to be his prize, is saving the mom, and that's going to be the new stakes. And then the mom fucking dies.
Just explodes.
And it doesn't matter.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. The baby's like, I'm fine. It was like, oh. I guess
I don't mind the mom exploding, to be clear.
Yeah, but it didn't matter.
Just, it really didn't matter. We were sad for a second, and then it didn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. It was, I had fun. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, some of its parts, I mostly enjoyed this one.
Yeah. Those nerds in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
You ever get trailer chucklers, is what I'm now calling them?
No.
I guess I'll describe what that is.
Please do.
So during the trailers, these are some people around my age, probably a little older, right? The trailer for Primate.
Oh,
happened.
yes.
And they do, like, the guy in front of me would do the knowing chuckle. Like, I'm superior than this movie. Chuckle, you know what I mean? Where they go like, and he like turned to his friend and went, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. We should watch it. And then the Mandalorian trailer came on. And he was like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, same thing, buddy.
It's the same fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
Same movie.
Yeah. I like you're watching Predator. Same. There's a monkey in this movie. Yeah. Like, it's just like,
you're watching
all the
Predator
same.
Badlands.
Yeah. I'm not saying they aren't stupid. I'm just saying it's all stupid,
it's
and
all
you're
stupid.
you're not special.
Yeah.
Sorry.
To a friend of mine once for teasing Harry Potter, but being like the hugest Star Wars fan. I'm like, it's the same shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like
like jokingly,
fine,
but
man.
like, no, it's not because my stuff's cool.
right. I think that enraged me because I'm like, Primate is a original movie. Like, it's like
More or less.
him shutting the door to something to do his Star Wars and his Predators. And it's like, look, I like Star Wars and Predators. It's just like, come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Predator began
I don't know why I'm
as
so mad at this man.
muscle hunks in the jungle being like, there's an alien hunting them. Like, there was an asshole like you that saw the Predator trailer.
And chuckled.
chuckled
yeah,
at
and
it.
went like, stupid.
Anyway,
it's like, it's
let's
make-believe. It's all make-believe,
Get our
man.
tickets to Police Academy 4.
Yeah.
It's all stupid.
It's all stupid, which is part of why I'm like, I don't hate this movie. It was fun.
Yeah.
Once I calibrated, I had fun.
Just don't go in expecting Prey. It's not what it is.
It's not Prey, and it's not its trailer. And it's like,
no, that was sort of the bigger surprise. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be Prey, but yeah, that was the biggest surprise.
To me, this is like a Terminator Dark Fate, where it's like, okay, nothing matters. Let's just see how much fun we can have with this thing. Like,
I don't think there's actually as many problems with Dark Fate, the movie itself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I think Dark Fate is a better movie than this, I think.
I like Dark Fate more, I think. But it's a silly movie. I think
Right.
Isn't that the one where Arnold's married?
Right. I'm talking about internal consistency. That's, I guess, what I'm talking about.
Yes, tonal. This is that's the thing, is what pinged me, because once I calibrated, I was ready to enjoy it. But then there was just that tonal pings where it's like Marvel is the worst.
I would keep having to adjust like how wacky. It's like, it's this wacky. Like there's literally a scene where Elle Fanning sneaks inside with the monkey dressed as a person.
Yes.
And it's like 4 or 5 jokes that she tries to get the android to buy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the monkey's in a disguise, in a person disguise.
And that's the thing. It got so wacky that you go like, okay, I'm watching a cartoon. And that's how you have to
flat out
calibrate.
Star Wars gag.
Yeah, and that's how you have to calibrate. And when you have to do that calibration, you suddenly, like, in order to enjoy the movie, I have to care less about the movie. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Where it's like,
Which is part of what
I'm
we're
watching
doing.
a Star Wars.
Which is part of what we've been doing for the past hour, is reminding ourselves that this is a kind of a grimy slasher series.
Right.
That was just high concept. And anyway.
Yeah, sorry, you reminded me of her sneaking the monkey in a suit or a raincoat. And it's like, yeah, that is wacky. That is so fucking
flat
weird.
Out. That is the wackiest thing that happens.
Watch that scene and then go watch Predator, the original.
Yeah.
It's just this is
watch
episode
the scene
1.
where he rips Billy's back out in Predator.
Yeah.
And then watch that monkey.
Yeah, that is very like
Same franchise.
What are we doing? Man, yeah,
Some
I
things.
don't know.
Anyway, like we said, there is room in this franchise, I think, to make stories like this and stories like the original Predator.
There are. I'm just terrified that this is it
they
now.
won't. They won't.
That they're like, all
Why
right.
make 2 Predator movies when we could make 1?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the thing, is like, I don't think Predator fans are gonna. I mean, it's getting good reviews,
Yeah.
but
I wonder. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm just not sure how well this is going to do, I guess.
Well, it hasn't done that well, but we're recording this on Saturday. It's a $100 million budget, and as of right now, I think it's 20 million gross, 18 million.
Okay. Okay.
But fuck, I lost my train of thought.
I generally want movies to succeed.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, it's not that. I wonder if some of the goodwill that's being granted this movie is similar to the goodwill that I was feeling for it, where it was just like, oh, I like this as part of. I am welcoming this to the library of Predator stories, like as another type of Predator story. I will then continue to see with the expectation that I will continue to see more of the other stories as well.
Predator's a big tent.
Yeah, that is
like,
a big reason that I have the goodwill that I do for this movie. It's like, oh, I like this story. I would like to see more of this, as well as the other Predator things that I like.
You're like, hi, what's up? This is your corner, and they're like, I'm gonna take this over. Like that's when I'm scared.
Yes,
right. Is like,
I don't
okay,
want just
okay.
this.
Yeah, like welcome. Know your place. You know,
Yeah,
like
if we're gonna proceed with something as the definitive Predator film, I do not think this is it.
right. And it's hard because I'm like, I don't know what Prey was the closest, but it's
I
like
think
the
so.
Predator. I liked the Predator, but that was another one where it's like sort of like, okay, you go to that corner. All right, we made a stupid Predator. We made the stupidest version. I love it.
I think
It has a robot Predator.
Oh yeah, I mean it's honestly, watch the Predator and Predator 2 back to back. Predator 2 is barely less stupid than the Predator.
That's the thing is the Predator felt to me like they it's very R-rated. And it felt like the fact that it was still R-rated made me go like, all right, this still feels like a Predator.
Still gets it, yeah.
Yeah.
It still has to be part of it.
It's just also very Shane Black and very silly. And Shane Black can do adult R-rated silly, where it's like it's silly but not for kids. Did that guy just say eat pussy to me? It's the lines like that where you're like, all right, settle down.
It's fucking Shane Black. Also, I think Predator might be the least precious to Shane Black, like in the world. Of all things in the world, he may care about Predator the least.
Why would he?
Why would he give a shit about it?
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his Predator movie is just like, what? Nobody cares about this, right?
Right. That to me felt more in line with the direction I'd rather see Predator go in.
Yes, even though I would also not call that the definitive Predator experience, but that is kind of closer to a direction that I would consider to be this is what like a Predator movie kind of, if we're gonna reclassify what like Predator is, our flagship Predator movie, it's something closer to that than this.
It's hard, man, because I think what is the definitive Predator experience? It's Predator and it's Prey.
Yes, I think Prey is probably the best.
Yes, and the question is, how many times can you do that? So, like Alien versus Predator, you could do the Predator's the Prey, and it's stuck with an alien. You could do that, where it's like a Predator, or a bunch of aliens, and like that's like, and I thought this was going to be kind of like that, which is like the Predator is the Prey, and he's just like bumming around on this planet trying to survive, and that's the first part of it. But I wanted more of that. And I guess like it's just the question of how many times can you make the same fucking movie, right? You have to switch it up.
Yeah, we talked about Predator as a slasher movie premise, and that's part of what you do when you make Predator sequels. Like Prey is just let's take Predator in the past and
right. What do you do with they should do Predator in space, Tom. Predator in space.
They should do Predator in space. Yeah.
No,
Predator
I guess in the
hood.
ocean. Yeah. No, but like that is a direction you do Predator. It's a slasher. So it's like, okay, where do you put the slasher? You put him in Los Angeles for the sequel. That's what you do. What do you do? Like you just keep putting them in different interesting places. You have them fight Native Americans in the past. And I do think that's...
Yeah. He has a T-Rex skull on his wall. There's a movie.
Predator versus dinosaurs. It's weird that like I think Prey was the surprise hit and they're like, oh shit, okay, we need to actually like pay attention to Predator, but I feel like they're like, okay, change? Like that's the feeling of like, now that we're paying attention to you and we're going to give you $100 million, you have to
make this a
quadrant
Marvel.
now. Yeah. And it's like, no, Prey was it. Prey was kind of it.
That's Predator operating at its best, at its ideal.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yeah, me too.
It's fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening to some 40-year-olds complain about Predator.
Yeah.
It matters.
Not really complaining, I hope.
No, not really. Now, I briefly complained about another old guy, like we're two dogs, like yelling at each other.
That guy's doing it wrong.
Yeah, he was doing it wrong. All right, listen, we have a Patreon.
I mean, I clapped with glee when Primate came on.
Yeah, me too. Like an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're supposed to.
Patreon.com/gamefully unemployed. Go there.
Do
we
it.
have exclusive podcasts. $5 a month gets you Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, Him Booze, our new Supernatural podcast. Check all that out on our Patreon. We also watch movies every Friday night. We watched Primitive War
We did.
last Friday and something else, Afterburn.
Afterburn.
It's not always like that, but sometimes like that. Check it out. It's fun.
Sometimes it's Dave Bautista wandering the desert for a painting for Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Other times it's Jeremy Piven and dinosaurs in the Vietnam War.
And sometimes it's fun.
Yeah, other
Fun
times
stuff.
it's fun.
Yeah.
We also have a store over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out. Please rate and review our podcasts wherever you're listening. Check out our new show, Badical, Badical. And, I don't know, be kind to all the little monkeys you see. You never know which one is going to turn out to be the mother hydra of your planet.
Yeah. Maybe they'll steal for you.
Maybe.
At the very least.
Either way, be prepared to watch its mother explode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the monkey life.
Mm-hmm. It's the circle of life.
Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at Artness by JustinBrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at StarleneArts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.